What if the course of Lakers history isn't shaped by sheer talent or sheer will alone, but by a moment of cosmic chaos, a precarious alignment of timing, risk, and chess-like moves behind closed doors? What if the dynasty we crave, the glory we desperately want, hinges not on a single blockbuster signing or a late-game buzzer beater, but on the ripple effects of a colossal trade scheme that's shaking the NBA's very foundation? Welcome back to Lakers News Fan Report, where raw truth meets purple and gold passion. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a second of this drama, because today, things have spiraled into uncharted territory. And what's coming next could redefine everything we thought we knew about this season and beyond. We're standing on the edge, Lakers Nation, because a trade like no one could have imagined is imminent. And it's so massive, so unprecedented, that it's threatening to rewrite the NBA playbook in real time. Last night, when the dust seemed to settle after the signing of DeAndre Ayton and the ongoing Al Horford saga, the real bombshell dropped, one so explosive it sent shockwaves not just through purple and gold circles, but across the entire league. Sources from The Athletic confirmed what some insiders whispered, but none dared to fully believe. The Kevin Durant trade is evolving into the largest, most complex multi-team deal in NBA history. 7 teams involved, including the Rockets, Suns, Hawks, Nets, Warriors, Timberwolves, and yes, the Lakers. 7 teams. A record never before seen. Absurd, chaotic, thrilling, call it what you want, but the Lakers are very much in the thick of it. Tangled in a web of trades, sign-and-trade deals, and negotiations that will leave an indelible mark on the franchise. Now, you've got to hold on tight here, because the implications defy simple explanation. This isn't just the Lakers offloading a player here or picking up some draft assets there. This could be a total transformation of the core, a pivot in roster construction, and maybe, just maybe, the missing piece in a puzzle that has looked increasingly complicated. We're talking about a sign-and-trade involving Dorian Finney-Smith heading to Houston, outgoing pieces like KJ Martin and Cam Thomas possibly moving through this massive deal, and the Lakers in the mix to receive tantalizing return pieces among them. The name that's electrified every report and whispered conversation, Nick Richards. The backup center situation has been the elephant in the room, the quiet, tense undercurrent all season, with Rob Pelinka chasing multiple leads while trying to balance money, chemistry, and Lakers' identity. They made a $5 million offer to Al Horford, and even though the Warriors are sniffing around, Pelinka, sources say, also has eyes set on a trade to acquire a young, athletic center with defensive potential, and that's where Richards comes in. And here's where it gets even more tantalizing. ESPN's Dave McMenamin dropped a hint so subtle but so revealing. It sent the rumor mill into overdrive. He knows of a deal currently being negotiated by the Lakers for a center, but the exact player is unknown even to him. This mystery player could be any number of names currently orbiting in the 17 dance. Drawn Sharp, Anka Eongu, or Nick Richards. Eongu, you'll recall, is with the Hawks, who are entrenched in these talks, adding another layer to this intricate puzzle. The deeper you dig, the more it looks like Richards is the frontrunner. Why? Because his style of play fits the Lakers' needs better than anyone else still available. Athleticism, lob threat, rebounding, and defense in a package young enough to grow alongside Anthony Davis and complement DeAndre Ayton. This is not just about filling minutes. It's about fitting the identity Coach Darvin Ham is pushing. Remember, Lakers need a two-way wing just as badly as they need a center. And that's where the idea of Cam Whitmore comes into play, another name swirling within this expanded KD trade scenario. If the Lakers can snag both from this multi-team frenzy, the front office will look like they pulled off something legendary. Yet, tempered expectations are necessary because trades this sprawling are notoriously convoluted, sometimes the Lakers. Rowe is minor taking a contract here, a draft pick there, but every piece has value when it comes to building championship contention. Think back to the last few days. We saw the Lakers move from a $55 million salary down to $36 million through two separate cash deals. That's not just budget maneuvering. That's deliberate spacing for flexibility, for a trade or signing that could shake up this roster in ways no fan has dared to dream in years. Of course, with DeAndre Ayton now officially on board, one might think the search for a big man concludes. But don't be fooled. The dialogue around a backup center continues, with reports from Brett Siegel reinforcing that Nick Richards remains at the top of the ideal list alongside other recognized names like Robert Williams. Nick Claxton's name has also been floated. But with the signing of Ayton, Claxton's fit looks less likely. The league's landscape itself is chaotic warriors interested in Al Horford. Rumors swirling about a possible swap involving Jonathan Kuminga and Malik Monk with the Kings. And Hawks shaking things up in their own right. The ripple effects of this mega trade go beyond just the Lakers and could reshape the whole Western Conference. And this brings us back to the Lakers' identity crisis. Remember the days when LeBron and AD carried us to victory after victory? When trade rumors meant adding stars, not navigating multi-hue financial chess and 17 transactions. That legacy still weighs on Pelinka and the front office. Can they organize the chaos of all these moving parts and secure the right players to complement that legendary duo's twilight years? Can this massive trade not only bring assets, but also revive the Lakers' signature energy on defense, hustle, and highlight reels? The fitting young center, the two-way wing, the savvy vet, every piece matters like never before. Richards, for instance, isn't just a player. He's a symbol of rebirth, of building a foundation around the aging stars without sacrificing athleticism or defensive capability. I've been tracking this channel's coverage since the Ayton news broke, and this moment feels different. The pieces are moving quicker, the stakes are higher, and for the first time in a long time, it feels like the Lakers might be on the precipice of one of those franchise-defining shakeups, the kind that can either ignite a resurrection or deepen the abyss. And as these rumors swirl, as the reports from insiders like Dave McMenamin and Brett Siegel accumulate, each new whisper feels like another brushstroke on a canvas still wet with possibility and peril. You look at Richard's stats, his skill set, and the compatibility with Lakers basketball, and it feels promising, but the NBA is a delicate ecosystem of timing, money, and personalities. Not every trade is a slam dunk. Not every deal lands. So where does that leave us? In the eye of a storm that's about to break any minute, with Rob Pelinka's phone ringing off the hook and the Lakers faithful clutching their purple and gold hearts. Are they about to emerge with a trade that enriches the team's depth, bolsters the defense, and protects the legacy of a LeBron and a D-led squad? Or will this sprawling negotiation leave us holding pieces that never quite fit while rival teams strengthen and the dynasty slips further from reach? As a lifelong Lakers fan, having lived through every triumphant parade and agonizing heartbreak, I can't help but feel this moment is electric with both hope and dread. The stakes have never been higher, the unknown never more staggering. Is this colossal 17 trade the spark that ignites a new Lakers empire? Or is it the first crack in the foundation of all we once believed in? The night is long, the trade talks feverish, and our future hangs in the balance. Drop your take. In the comments, I'll be reading everyone. Cheers, Lakers Nation. Listen, Lakers Nation, if you're sitting there trying to stay calm, trying to tell yourself this is just another trade rumor, I'm begging you wake the hell up right now. This isn't just noise. This feels like the crossroads where legacies are made or shattered, where the weight of history presses down so heavily you can almost hear the ghost of Showtime whispering in your ear, reminding us all what this purple and gold means. Because when you think about it, the Lakers have been through enough cycles of glory and heartbreak to forge steel in the fire. From Magic's no-look passes turning the 80s into the era of Showtime and swagger, to the 2000s dynasty built on Kobe's relentless will and Shaq's dominance, And don't forget that legendary 2010 revenge tour over Boston. Each era demanded reinvention. And then the 2020 bubble banner, a surreal moment of triumph that lifted a grieving city. But also a reminder that the clock doesn't stop ticking on superstars like LeBron and AD. The question now is, can the front office pull off a masterstroke that reclaims that historic edge, or are we staring down the barrel of decline, stripped piece by piece, season by agonizing season? Because make no mistake, this 17 Kevin Durant trade maelstrom doesn't just shake the Lakers roster. It challenges the very soul of this franchise. LeBron's legacy is intertwined with the franchise's heartbeat. He came to LA to chase immortality, to usher in history alongside AD. But what if this colossal shakeup throws his golden years into chaos? What if the pieces brought in don't gel, don't elevate, don't protect the fragile physical form that carries decades of competitive fire? And AD, the guy who's battled injuries, criticism, and doubt, he's got the burden of leadership now more than ever. This isn't just about basketball. It's about survival. About finding the balance between youth and experience, energy and wisdom, hype and grit. If the Lakers bring in Nick Richards, a raw but tantalizing prospect with defensive upside, that signals a shift. A shift from superstar-centric construction to a more holistic, balanced squad built to weather storms, to close out games with hustle and heart, not just highlight dunks. But what if Richards never finds his groove in LA's pressure cooker environment? What if the demands of the Lakers brand, the heat of the spotlight, crush the kid before he's ready? That's a nightmare scenario after years of watching. Flawed big men come and go, from Dwight Howard's tumultuous tenure to Mark Gasol's unfulfilled promise. And what about the wings? Cam Whitmore's name floated in these talks isn't just a name. It's hope for rejuvenation on the perimeter. Sure, you remember the days when Kobe was that unstoppable two-way terror, when defensive intensity was Lakers' birthright. Bring in the right wing who can mirror that tenacity, and suddenly the Lakers are not just a name on a schedule. They're a nightmare matchup again. But what if Darvin Ham, brilliant as his intentions may be, doesn't connect? The dots? What if the chemistry that took years to build around LeBron and AD gets diluted in the shuffle of personalities, egos, and high-stakes expectations? Every coach before Ham's had to wrestle with this delicate ecosystem. But in a trade of this magnitude, the room for error narrows to zero. And let's not gloss over the front office chessboard. Jeanie Buss remains the heart and soul off the court, guardian of the Lakers' legacy, but the increasing whispers about billionaire interference in the Lakers' front office add another volatile element. Imagine new ownership or power players stepping in, wielding a checkbook capable of outspending the entire league, but with absolutely zero grasp on Lakers culture or identity. Could that be the death knell for the legacy we cherish? Or might it be the wild card that propels the Lakers back into title contention with reckless abandon? The very thought sends a shiver down the spine because, historically, the Lakers' greatness wasn't just built on money. It was built on vision. A blueprint passed down like sacred knowledge from Jerry West to Jim Buss to Pelinka. A pending that risks everything. And while this 17 deal unfolds in secret conference rooms and behind closed doors, it's rewriting the competitive landscape of the Western Conference too. The Warriors, don't dismiss them, yet still hunting for their dynasties. Next chapter with Golden State's cunning front office and Steph Curry's relentless will. Will this seismic Lakers trade finally topple the Warriors' deceptive invincibility? Or will it open a floodgate for Denver's juggernaut to surge even further? Their youthful core hungry and driven, taking advantage of the Lakers' potential. Missteps? What about the Suns hacking away at dismantling their own roster? Or the Clippers' never-say-die approach under Kawhi and PG? The West is a powder keg, and Lakers' actions are the trigger. Each new piece, each decision in this labyrinthine trade has the power to shift fortune's wheel for all these franchises. But imagine if it all backfires. The Lakers fracture under the pressure. The legacy stained by short-term desperation rather than long-term planning. If the married duo of LeBron and AD is surrounded by misfits or liabilities, if the chemistry disrupts instead of enhances, the nucleus that once promised endless rings could rapidly crumble, leaving purple and gold fans haunted by what-ifs and could-have-beens that echo long into the winter nights of Staples Center. Your boy, Austin Reeves, Lakers Nation's heartbeat and scrappy soul, stands at this crossroad too. Will his emergence as a fearless, smart guard finally be fueled by this influx of talent? Or will he be overshadowed by the flood of new faces, trapped in the chaos of reinvention? Bronny James, future heir to this immense legacy, watches from the wings. Every decade, a new generation steps up, hoping they're ready to carry the torch without dropping it. Could this trade be the spark that finally launches Bronny into the conversation? Or does it bury his path beneath swirling uncertainties and internal distractions? The Lakers' identity crisis isn't just basketball jargon. It's a living conversation in the hearts of millions of fans who bleed purple and gold. It's a story of survival against the odds, a desperate desire to rekindle the flame of greatness that once burned so bright it lit up the entire sports world. And right now, amidst 6 other franchises entwined in this dizzying trade, it's a fragile flame flickering in the storm. The front office has navigated treacherous waters before, but trust me, never on this scale, or with stakes this monumental. Rob Pelinka's every move watched with hawk-eyed scrutiny, the pressure building like a volcano about to erupt. One miscalculation, one overpay, one wrong pick, and the Lakers find themselves not rebuilding but unraveling. It's a high-wire act danced on the razor's edge of history and heartbreak. I know you feel it, that electric tension, a cocktail of hope, anxiety, and fierce loyalty coursing through every Lakers fan across the globe. Will the pieces in the KD trade finally fall into place to salute the history and secure the future? Or is this grand plan a mirage, a desperate gamble that turns into the latest chapter of Lakers' unlucky breaks and missed chances? That's the raw, unfiltered truth spinning right now. It's not just a trade rumor. It's a moment pregnant with consequence, a ticking clock that could either resurrect purple and gold to their throne or plunge us into yet another uncertain era filled with familiar pain. As a Laker till the day I die, here's what I see coming. Either we're about to witness the rebirth of a dynasty refusing to die quietly, young championship-caliber pieces stepping up, veterans carving out their final masterpieces, or this massive trade moves us closer to a painful rebuild none of us ever wanted, the kind where legends are remembered but glory slips tragically through trembling hands. Now I want to hear it. From you, drop your rawest take below, every true believer in purple and gold. What's in your heart when you think about the Kevin Durant trade? The mysterious Nick Richards? The future of LeBron, AD, Bronny Reeves? Is this the dawn of a new Lakers empire, or the heart-wrenching twilight before darkness takes over? This is more than basketball. It's our soul on the line. Speak now, because the night is far from over, and for Lakers Nation, every heartbeat counts.